Yo, what's good, man? Amolytics, another day, another dollar. If you're new here, I give my top 5 batters that I like for a hit on the day, and then I'll give you the order in which I like them to get a hit. So starting off, let's get into it. I like Ramos from the Kansas City and San Fran game. He plays for San Fran. He's going up against Lynch, who's a relief pitcher for Kansas City. He's a lefty. Ramos kills lefties. However, I'm unsure why Lynch is starting out this game. If you're unfamiliar with openers, so sometimes teams that use relief pitchers as openers to have somebody come in for long relief. You usually do this with the same hand. Like if a team has a lot of lefties, you might place a lefty in there to face the first 3 batters, and then have somebody come in after that for the second inning to maybe like the sixth or so, around there. But San Fran doesn't have many lefties, and so normally Ramos hits leadoff when they face lefties. So I expect him to be in the leadoff spot here against Lynch. So, and I'm not sure how long Lynch is in there. Hopefully he's in there about a couple innings or so. That would be lovely, to be honest. But anyway, Ramos is supporting a 402 weighted OBA with a 13% K rate. So he's seeing the ball well. Lynch has a 143 whip, which is walks and hits given up per inning, and then has a 3.3% K to walk rate. That's just K's minus walks percentage of, and then for context, 10% or below, you're horrible. Above 10% to maybe 14, you're below average, and then 15 to 19, you're average, and then 20 or above, you're pretty much elite as a pitcher. So he's horrible in that aspect. He has a 354 weighted OBA given up to righties who are hitting .141 better than lefties. So I like this matchup here for Ramos. He's also seeing righties well, so if they don't keep Lynch in there for long, I like him against Kansas City's bullpen either way. Next up, I have Devers. The Mets at Boston. He's going up against Trevor McGill, Meatball McGill, we call him. Devers, it has a 529 weighted OBA with a 16% K rate against righties. McGill has a 146 whip with a 12.5% K to walk rate. A little higher than Lynch there, as you heard, but still below average, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. He's been getting hit up in May. He's given up 4 earned in his last all 3 games in May. He's given up at least 4 earned with, I want to say, at least 7 plus base runners allowed each game. So I like this spot for Devers. Devers has been killing it in May, to be honest. He's been about the only one for Boston. Their offense has been dead, and he's been carrying them, and they're going for the sweep here. So I like this spot. I will say lefties do hit slightly worse against Miguel than righties. Is .022 less, so not necessarily a platoon effect here. I just like Devers straight up here. Whether it's against Miguel or the bullpen, he should be good here. Miguel hasn't went past, I want to say, 5 innings in his last 4 or so games. So I like this spot for Devers. Moving on, Atlanta at Washington. I got Drake Baldwin. He's a rookie catcher for Atlanta, going against Trevor Williams. Atlanta just saw Williams last week or so. I believe Washington came down to Atlanta last week for a series. So he just saw Williams, and he went 2 for 3 there as well, and hit pretty well against Washington's bullpen, which is horrible too. So Baldwin here has a 9.5% K rate, as well as a 700 weighted OBA, while Williams supports a 170 whip and an 8.7 K to walk rate, as well as lefties are hitting against Williams .113 better than righties. So I love this spot for Baldwin, for him to keep it going. He's been the bright spot for Atlanta here. He's platooning with Murphy. Murphy faces lefties, the other catcher, and Baldwin faces righties. So he's coming off a rest day in which they just faced a lefty yesterday, Mitchell Parker. Next up, Philly at Colorado. I got Bryce Harper going against Palmquist. I believe he's a rookie. He just got shelled last week in his first game against Arizona. Gave up 6 hits, 5 earned, and a walk in about 4 innings. And he got shelled against the lefties there. I want to say Carroll hit him up pretty good. Naylor. Off the top of my head, I don't. Yeah, I think that's about it. Really, that would be up against lefties for Arizona there. So he got hit up there, and then he's coming back home to Colorado, which is a hitter's ballpark. If you didn't know, the best hitter's ballpark, and against a team who's been killing lefties on this year, being Philly. And Harper's seen lefties real well. So is Schwarber. Like Schwarber could go yard here too, but I'm taking Harper here. Very low K percentage at 4.3 against the same side, which I love. Palmquist has a 9 whip, which is crazy. It's because it's only a small sample here, but that's insane. And then he has a 762 weighted OBA, and lefties are hitting him better than righties at 0.487 more. So, yeah, I like this spot for Harper here to keep it going. And he's also on a 4-game hitting streak, I believe, and he's been hitting the ball well. Lastly, the Angels at Oakland. I got Lawrence Butler going against, I shank this dude's name every time, Koshinowitz or something like that. I don't know. He's from LA Sox. So that's what matters. We're attacking him. I've attacked him about every week. If you guys been on here, I've been attacking him about every week. Absolutely horrible against lefties. Lefties are he's pretty good against righties. I will say that he's pretty good against righties, but lefties is his weak spot, in which Butler should be leading off here. Forgetting his name off the top of my head. Their leadoff just got hurt last night. Wilson. I want to say Jacob Wilson, maybe. That might be it. So Butler should be back to his leader. He was the leading off last year, and they put him down the lineup a little bit at some point this year due to him not hitting the ball well. But he's starting to hit the ball well. I believe he's on a 4-game hitting streak. No, he's on a 5-game hitting streak as well. No, 4-game, and Harper was on the 5-game. So sorry, I got that backwards. He's on a 4-game hitting streak. So I like this spot for him. He's only striking out at a 15% rate, which is good for him. On the year, it's pretty high, you know. So that's good for him. That means he's seeing the ball. These splits are over 2 weeks for context. He has a 365 weighted OBA versus righties in the last 2 weeks, while Koshinowitz has a 196 whip and a negative 4.1 K to walk rate. So just absolutely not getting any strikeouts there. Then he has a 412 weighted OBA that he's allowing, and then lefties are hitting 0.182 better than righties against him. So now I'll give the order in which I like them. I like Harper as my number 1. I like Ramos as my number 2. I like Baldwin as my number 3. I like Devers as my number 4. And I like Butler as my number 5. You can parlay these. You can do whatever you like with them. But let's just make some money. Amolytics, let's go.